Hello, everyone, and welcome to Arcane Focus for Magic at Mostead, episode 85! Oh, God!
What?
What?
You have to speak up, Sonny. I can't hear you.
I'm your DM Mike, joined with me my amazing players. We got Amber,
Who?
Steve,
Who?
and Temple,
What?
and playing background characters, Caleb. Hello.
Favorite NPC.
Yeah, baby NPC. We are in a brand new chapter. I've sort of talked about this off screen. That's how I keep track of things. We're in a brand new chapter, 85 sessions. We're getting closer and closer to that 100 session. And our players just leveled up. They're level 18. Boy, we're hitting high levels now, guys. We're now hitting like danger, major. I get to throw some really cool stuff at you now.
I don't like it.
I mean, you guys have fought dragons. You guys have fought giants. You guys have fought, like behemoths and leviathans. Now we're jumping in.
I died from a sonic sound. I am not happy.
Things are getting interesting.
Listen. I respect your right to do so, but it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Well, I think it's
That's code for I. What happened?
Oh, what just happened?
Once upon a time,
Get him!
there were 3 heroes.
Uh-oh.
Roly Barnwell, Savannah Skrilla, and Vera Kavad.
Who?
These 3 heroes traveled to the Astral Sea to find the cause and story behind the long-lost queen. This queen, Catherine Evergrey, was a beloved woman who only wanted to understand the secrets behind magic around them. She wanted to share this knowledge with those who can wield it safely, as we all can agree that magic can be destructive in untrained hands. And what did these heroes do? Did they want to continue to live in a world where these horrors of all kinds occur due to the misuse of the arcane? Who's to say?
That wire looks delicious.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, they learned of my history. They watched of my private conversations and touching of the Book of the Dreamer. In process, they returned back to the material plane, and they found out what happens when you stop and peek. That sometimes when you do so, time can get ahead of you. Well, at least they made it to watch my light show. What will they do now? And the sound of sound of pen and quill upon a book can be heard as the book closes. We rejoin our party as they stand outside within the Lorkai Island, the small little mini island within the moon shape one, sort of hugged within it. You guys are standing outside of the Dreamer's Repository. There is a fire going off right now, a bonfire with, unfortunately, the remains of Queen, the last remaining Dreamer member, now gone. Savannah, severely hurt. Oh, okay. Severely hurt due to what sounded to be like a sonic eminence and scream, some sort of damage occurring through a sending spell sent through Igno, your wizard friend from Alrak, last informing you that he found more details on the Servant of Palor, an outer being that can help destroy one of those phylactery shards that was keeping almost a tether and a constant immortality to the Queen Evergrey. Roly, jumping onto one of the tree tops of the canopy, bringing Vera along, was able to see numerous lights from the sky, a ever-present dark cloud over the continent of Mostead, and who knows how far, slamming down into the land below. But from this distance, and being on from another island, looking from this far, it's hard to tell. Uthiel by your side, offering aid as much as he can. You guys are tired. You guys are exhausted. But something just happened. Lights from the sky. You guys have now all landed on the ground. Griffins, what do you do?
We had a plan last time, and I forgot what it was.
I know, I'm trying to remember right now, too.
I think it
Wasn't
was
our
to get
plan to
to
just-
Dragon Boy.
I know we need to get out of here. We have the carpet again, so we can use that to leave. Did we decide where we're going first? Are we going straight to Alrak, or are we going to the Nexus so we can get to one of these places earlier?
I was under the impression that we were going to Dragon Boy.
Yeah, I thought we were going to talk to Ironside and
Yes,
then
that
go.
is true. Ironside, because it's still the night, day. Ironside first, then leave.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Also, it occurs to Rolly that all this is happening, right? That we stopped the book and time slowed or time forwarded, whatever. Rolly's not too smart with these things. If it dawns on him, if we stopped the book and time moved on, what if we could write into the book?
Mm,
We're not
I don't
touching it again.
I'm like, I don't have the energy for Roly big brain thoughts today.
Like think about it. The book was writing things as they were happening, right?
The
And they
book,
was right.
the book's not
Yeah.
writing it though. It's the dreamer. It's just as he's dreaming. If we stop it again, we'd still be like stopping it and writing
Yes,
in it.
yes, we would stop it. But what if we wrote something in it? What if we wrote Queen Evergrey no longer exists?
Okay, so 2 things, because I'm going to deal with Roly big brain.
I am so
One,
smart.
if we wrote it, we would have to stop it, which means we repeat this too. 2, if I remember right, the dreamer dictates our dreams. So the only way I could see us, putting something in the book as far as to dream something, so the dreamer would write it into the book.
So-
3,
That-
I
and
don't
sh-
want to face the dreamer because that sounds like a bad idea right now.
Then she reached through and tried to grab you when you touched the book, Rolly. That's why Vera held on to you.
Yeah, but now that we know that, we can take precautions and we can be on
What
guard.
precautions?
Easy. Write it in the book. Let the book go.
I don't think
And
she
then-
already, she knows who's freaking touching it when she's touching it. That's
Yeah,
why
but
she-
remember, her grasping us wasn't instantaneous.
We no longer have our horses, right?
No, you have your axe beaks.
Yeah,
Your axe beaks are
birds.
still there.
Alright,
The
yeah.
long leg, heavy set, like almost like an emu type of like body shape, of these like birds with like a literal like serrated beak, almost like a toucan, just like but sort of in almost the shape of an axe, just off to the side.
Savannah, with the last bit of strength she has left, will get onto the bird to get out of here. Because I'm like, yeah, no, we're going. I want out, and start heading to Ironside's lair.
Okay,
Yes, we take off.
you guys take off. No rolls necessary, as you guys are not accosted by a gorilla that no longer exists. You guys ride upon the axe beak as it jumps from corner to corner, edge to edge, skipping most of the rough terrain here in the jungle, until finally you start to see the purplish crystallization protruding from the ground, now indicating that you're getting closer and closer to Ironside's location. That higher than average mountain hill now coming into distance, into eyesight. You finally start to see the entrance of Ironside's cave, sort of the mountain layer that he's called his own. The overgrowth currently still there, this beautiful sight. It's never changed in terms of this paradise-looking area. You get to near the entrance, where then something fizzes into apparition as one of the butlers, like almost eradicating from one of the crystals nearby. Hello, how can we help you?
We need to speak to Ironside. It's an emergency.
Closes his eyes. Ironside currently is training. May I ask, and you see this is one of the butlers you haven't met yet. A different face goes, and who, may I ask, is trying to reach him?
The Griffins.
Closes its eyes. See a bit of a fizz from the arcane after image that you guys have seen before. You may wait for him in the dining area.
What the hell is he training with now? His kids?
Probably. That's fine. Is there alcohol in the dining area?
There is.
Okay, going need.
Is there food in the...
There is.
Good enough. All right, thank you.
You guys make your way in, finding one of the numerous seats here. Just essentially, it's like the waiting area that you guys were at when you were sort of doing the antechamber get together, meet up with the other champions. About maybe 5 minutes pass as you guys are given food as well as drink. That from the top, from one of the balconies, you can actually hear screams, and then finally a laugh. Excellent work, Jasper. Need to work on your form, but I'm quite impressed. And you see him, he walks out in human form. Look over the balcony. Well, there you are. Friends, Griffins, you've returned. Have you found the repository?
Uh-huh.
You look first for where? Come, I'm coming down. And he jumps from the balcony, lands down, his gold and silver armor making a loud clank as it hits the ground.
Do you, like, not train outside when you train?
I train wherever I please.
Okay, but do you have a visual on the sky when you train?
No, you've seen my training ground. It's a covered location.
So
Okay.
you haven't been outside today, have you?
I haven't been outside since you all left for, it's been a few days now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
Okay.
Actually, don't go outside.
Yeah.
Just to be on the
You
safe
may
side.
not want to go outside. For you, it's been a couple days. Let's just say
Yes.
when we went into the repository, it had only been maybe a matter of hours, and something kind of happened.
Time magic. Interesting. Who here casted it?
Ooh,
She kind of looks to you, Savannah.
that's a hard
Probably
explanation.
you, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't have that type of power.
Oh, okay.
How much you know about the Dreamer again?
I know very little. All I know is that there was some flock, some group that's called themselves the flock that worship the dreamer, some sort of extra being. Not much of a outer being god type. Not entirely sure.
Okay, well they're real. I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, so the time jump was an accident, but the thing outside wasn't. So I don't even know how to explain this.
The Lich did something that made a bunch of people poof, and a bunch of
We
lights
think?
came down and almost killed Savannah, and a lot of stuff happened when we were outside.
Was that her plan all along? Was just to poof from people?
Well, I mean, like,
What?
incinerate is a better word.
Oh, wow.
With a bunch of beams coming
Well-
from the sky that we don't exactly know where they came from. So we thought you'd seen all that. That's why we were coming to you.
And to make sure you didn't go poof.
Yeah.
Well, first, I have not been poofed, neither have my kin. Interesting. Honestly, the growing fight is getting me more and more excited.
That's one way to look about this.
See, he hasn't been doing it as long as we have, though, Sav. It's not beaten down like we are.
Not a lot of things beat me down. All three of you were, four of you, honestly, were quite an amazing challenge. So,
Okay, well, there's a concept that I think terrifies all of us. Maybe not you, because you've lived a lot longer of a time. But the concept of the dreamer is he's, or she, pretty sure it's a he, is continuously dreaming. And the idea is he's dreaming our reality and writing it as he goes. And the Lich's fun idea is that she wants to wake him up. And if that happens, we cease to exist, is my understanding.
So, major poof.
And she knows where he is and stole all that information from the so-called flock. And we're kind of screwed. So, that's about it.
that sounds dangerous. Okay. Well, what's the plan?
That's why we came to talk to you.
Well, honestly, first we'd have to locate her, now shouldn't we?
Do you know anything about, I think it's the Flint Castle? Since you've lived so long? Supposedly it's aerial in the sky, but I don't know where that would be.
Ooh. Well, I haven't heard of that structure before, unfortunately.
Do you know anything about the astral sea or beholders?
I know some things about beholders. Abduritions, creatures from other planes. At least they originate from there. Some of them do make homes here in the mortal plane. Giant eye. Multiple eye stalks. Able to affect the world in multiple ways.
Supposedly he's one of those, but like a really big one, I think.
Ooh, interesting.
I mean, since we're talking about castles in the sky, this might be a very odd question. What about children's stories about castles and skies?
I'm less of a scholar and more of a training person. I'm not.
Isn't your daughter in the books?
My daughter, she's been training her entire life as well. Our whole goal is to improve ourselves in physical prowess in battle. We don't really study.
Not in scholarly knowledge.
No.
Wit. Okay.
Apologies. We know some things, but not.
Vera like literally thought a thought of like you do understand you can plan and that be like logical and help you in battle, but she was not going to say it because the man's a dragon. She's like, but.
It's okay.
Besides, if we want to find out something, either myself or my kin, we send out a notice. Job boards.
There, I think we need to go home.
What do we define as home?
Due to who we're talking to, I'm just gonna say Alrak, but go back to the mainland is where I'm getting at.
Can you help us with that? I'm looking at Iron Sun.
What did you want me to do?
Can you like send us back to Alrak by any chance?
That's faster than us traveling across the ocean.
I don't have.
Can you like poof us there?
I don't have teleportation magic.
Do you know somebody that could poof us there?
Probably, but they're
Can
not
you
here.
fly us back?
Well, first of all, I don't know anyone. I do know some people with teleportation magic, but they would require them to come here. And I don't really have any sending as well. Can I fly you there? I can. I will not, though. Again, I would like to keep my secrets as much as possible, that I am a dragon.
Just fly us up above the clouds. No one will see you.
Really, we have a carpet for that. It's okay.
Aw. Never let me have fun.
We all agreed to keep my secret.
Yeah, we
and
did.
I do my
Yeah, we
best to
did.
do it, to keep it there. Apologies, but it sounds like you have a way to travel.
I guess if you could post a job for any information on the Dreamer and or stories, children or otherwise, would be helpful.
If that's what it takes, I will do so.
Sorry. his
You
little
cannot
face
touch
is
my
funny.
mic, little one. That's my microphone.
Caleb's little face. He's like,
Eh.
I'm seeing how long.
This little one's getting a little tired. It's only been 2 hours, so he's got to stay up a little longer. Anyways. Is there anything else?
This microphone.
Is there anything that's on your mind that I might be able to help with? Apologies that I'm not teleportation gifted.
Yeah, some of our friends and potential love interests are dead.
We think.
Tragic.
We think.
So unless you can bring them back to life, no, not really.
I'm not gifted with resurrection magic as well.
How about this? Just
She
board
is.
for the night so we can just rest and get out of
You
here.
are welcome. Yes, you may have a safe place to rest.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be a thing. So we go in there and we don't know what we're dealing with. I'm kind of already at a little low.
Well, he kind of knocks on the ground with his foot, sort of kicking it slightly as a butler apparates. Show them to the room. And the butler bows to you all, gives a bit of a curtsy type of situation, and guides you back to the room that you guys stayed at. Sort of the open air concept, still warm within this sort of tropical isle, hearing the sounds of the ocean off in the distance. And you guys, if you have anything else you'd like to do for tonight, you can. But other than that, you can take your rest.
I mean, rest, yes, but I think we do need to discuss like what's our next steps.
I think we're all like kind of traumatized. So
Well, what I was thinking is we should get to the Nexus because I do need to check in with the Ravens because if it hits them, that's bad for a lot of reasons.
yeah.
We do need to get to Alrak because we need to find out exactly what happened to Igno. And then we need to touch base to see who else got hit, because who else that we reached out to?
We didn't reach out to anybody. I don't have that many spell slots left. And even if I did, I don't know if I'd want to burn them because I don't know what her plan is right now.
I mean, you still feel a heartbeat, right?
Well, he's next to me, so yes.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, Phil.
We can scratch that one. Yeah. Savannah's just really tired.
I'd like to hope
Brain's
he's...
not here. Brain not here.
No, it's fine. I get it. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that went down the panic list when I figured that out, but I wouldn't even have enough slots to try everybody. So,
Well, why don't we just do you have enough for at least one parent and check into your household?
if I burn a... I don't know how you compute to regular English a 7th level spell, yes.
You're born a higher
Yeah.
arcane essence. You can, yeah.
High level of magic, yes. Do you got it in you?
Yeah, I'm just a little hesitant to use it.
I mean, at this point, well, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, well, we're in our room for the night. Nothing should happen. I'm not going to say that.
Here's an idea. If it will help me find Gina Lee, do it. Just do it.
I
Well,
honestly wanted to message Igno just to see what the hell happened. Because if it doesn't
Just do
connect, that tells me a lot.
Just do
Why don't we message Roman then?
I don't know if he like, they're not always together.
They're most together. If something happens to one, the other one just normally knows, but I don't know.
He's like, I'm done. I think he needs
Maybe we should take a
Big a
quick
baby
baby break. And you
break.
guys can decide if you're going to send a message right now and to who. BRB.
Yeah.
And we're back. Well, we've listened a little off screen, off camera, of some discussion of if we're going to spend that 7th level spell slot to do ascending and to who. So we kind of left it in your hands, Vera, as you're
Okay.
currently
Ooh.
sitting in the beautiful sort of a hotel kind of like sort of guest room of Ironside, looking out to the shore. Night starting to come. Are you spending the spell slot?
Yeah.
And to who?
I guess Igno. That's what my gut says.
And what do you say?
25 words. I better
What
make
the
it
hell
thoughtful.
happened?
Yeah. Question is, how much does she want to say? Because if it doesn't connect... Oh, here. Count, Mike. Count.
I'm ready.
Are you okay? Where are you? Can you talk? Just leave it at that. 3 things.
Take a breath, saying the words. As you open your eyes, you receive no response.
Okay. I think she thought that was kind of par for the course, but she had to try. Yeah, and I just realized that I just like, Vera just shakes her head. Like, nothing. I'm trying to think. Who would be the most beneficial outside that? And even if they are around, I have no idea. I'm going to save my other slot because there's an 8th level, but I don't think I want to burn it. So I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Anything else you guys would like to do for the night before your rest?
How far are we from the ocean?
Oh, you got like the ocean view room, so you're not that far. You're like maybe a couple. How far would it be? Like maybe 80 feet from the ocean.
I think Vera's just gonna go walk the little coastline side. I'm sure she has some scratches and bruises that can be easily healed by this water.
Yeah, I'll say that unless Rolling and Savannah, you say different. You guys start to get ready for a night's rest. Definitely exhausted and tired. Uthiel,
Oh yeah, I could tell him to come with if he feels like he needs to stay or if he wants to go with.
no, Uthiel wants to make sure you're okay. You know, the sort of the
Not mentally.
yeah. I mean, he's gonna want to stand by you anyway. So Uthiel sees that you're kind of like nodding, like, "Hey, let's leave for a moment." I think Uthiel, being sort of the responsible one here, is gonna go, "Hey," and sort of leans towards Savannah and Roll and be like, "We're just gonna walk the beach real quick. We'll be right back." And then you guys take off. As you're walking the actual waters, Vera, it's not like it heals. More or less like any dirt and grime that you had on the boots of your plate mail starts to get clean.
Okay. So wash any blood off while we're met.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any
Would it have sting in the salt water?
I think she's just used to whatever now 'cause she wears this armor all the time.
I mean, you can't change the fact that salt water probably
Yeah.
would sting a little bit. Yeah.
it's okay.
But you guys start you and Uthiel start to walk the shore, hearing the waves hitting. You can actually look, it's again crystal clear, very clean, even in the darkness with a little bit of the moonlight hitting. You look off in the distance, there is no more lights coming down from the ground. You could still see that massive cloud off in the distance, that storm cloud that's blocking most of the light that would hit down onto Mostead. However, you guys are in a different island, so it's not affecting you. You still have the moonlight, and you're able to see past into the crystal clear water into the ground. There's abundance of fish, tropical and otherwise. It's gorgeous, but not to say that the night hasn't been harrowing.
I think I'm gonna ask him something. I'm trying to figure out how to frame it though. Did you ever actually think about our differences in lifespan? I don't think we did we? When we first met.
You see him kind of crouch down a little bit. You look like you were walking ahead, so Uthiel was behind you, and you walk a little bit, and you start to talk, turn around, and he's actually crouched down into the water, so like splashing a little bit on his like armor, and he's like,
I don't blame you.
I mean, not really. I'm aware of the basics, but it's never really crossed my mind. Why, is there a problem?
No, I just never thought about it until the unspeakable happened, and now I think about it a lot. I get it though. I get why my parents were so worried. Before I didn't think about it at all. Didn't care.
Is it becoming a concern?
A little, but I mean, given what we do, I think I could be taken out at any moment at this point, so maybe it shouldn't be.
Listen, I'm fully aware our biology is different, and you're going to, live way longer than I will.
Be really old.
And he sort of walks up to you, grabs your hands, sort of gently, making sure that he has a good grasp, and goes, "Listen, as much as I can understand it, is that I intend to live my entire life with you. And I hope that I can make a beautiful chapter in your life. And whether you continue to, carry my memory with you for as long as you live, or if you decide to seek elsewhere, regardless, I'm going to live happy with you. And that's enough for me."
I kind of wonder if you got the reset button, so to speak.
Reset?
Yeah, like you live however long humans live.
Maybe
guys-
80 years if I'm lucky.
You guys kind of range, from what I can tell.
Depends how we take care of us. Yeah.
But, like, you got a new start. Do you start all over again? I mean, a god literally brought you back.
I mean, I still look the age I did when I passed away. I mean, it's
True.
been almost practically a year now since you brought me back. I think maybe I missed a year,
Maybe a pause then.
but I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you.
I don't know if a doctor's gonna be able to tell me. I think I might have to ask the person that did it in the first place.
Okay. I don't think I've been reset, like I'm not a teenager anymore type of situation.
I mean, neither am I. I'm 150 years old, Uthiel. I mean, obviously it measures out differently, but I don't know.
Are you, with all this talk of immortality and all the ways that we've experienced it, is this a
I used to
A
think
thing?
about it that I wanted to extend yours, but given all I've seen, I would let you make that choice. That's not in the cards for me to decide.
I don't think it's up to either of us. I mean, we are what we are.
Just try and take care of yourself. I'll try not to die, but there is a lich after us.
Yeah, I mean,
No promises. I try my best.
you three tend to jump into harrowing experiences all the time.
Even when we're not trying.
Sure, and I've gone to numerous cities and countries to fight in a war and battles. We both live dangerous lives. We're just doing the best we can. And that's all I want. Us to do the best we can.
I don't know.
We're making a difference. You, me, your friends, we're all making a difference.
I just feel like we're hitting our head on a very hard wall. And yeah, there are some nice breaks to it and a nice progress sometimes, but then we get stuff like today and I don't know. She's nuts. She wants to wake up some being that, I don't know, may blink and I don't exist anymore. I have no idea.
All I know is if there's a hard wall in front of us, there's a few ways to go through it, but you are all smart. And yes, even Rolly. He has his moments.
Rolly likes to hit his head on the wall a couple of times before he thinks of a new plan.
I know you guys will either burst your way through that wall, or you're going to go around it or over it. But regardless, that wall's not going to stop you. All of you bring your own talents.
Second question. Do you want me to message your mom?
Yes. I'm being a little selfish right now, but yes.
I think my dad can handle himself, and if he's not around, I know the other ones can handle themselves. But your mom's a little bit differently skilled, not to say that she can't kick somebody's butt if she don't want to, but figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
Anything in particular? I kind of have to keep it short.
Where is she? Is she okay? Is Dad okay? I mean, that's who she's with, yeah?
Should be.
So, those 3 questions?
Alright. Ask those. I think that's enough for
That's
25
enough
words.
for 25. Hey, Mary, where are you? Are you okay?
I don't say hey Mary just because that cuts into it and she knows who I am.
Okay. Yeah. Are you okay? Where are you? Is Moscow okay?
Yeah.
You get a sudden Vera. Oh dear. Hi. Shaken. I'm shaken. I'm gonna head to the Books and Brew. Something happened to the house. Moscow was in the light. I don't know where he's gone. I don't know what happened. Guards came. I need a place to stay. I'm going to the bar.
And she can't respond to that because she is out
That's
of
it?
spell slots that can cast message.
Yep.
I think she tries to hold the emotion a little bit, but you see like a deep red like streak go back in her hair because she's pissed.
That's not good.
Your mom's okay. I don't think your dad is. She's headed to the bar.
Okay. All right.
And she says something happened to the house along with that in the same breath. From what I gather, it seems like one of the lights hit the house and either your dad went with it or otherwise. I don't want to think about it, but we'll figure it out. We're going to go there anyway. I think that's the plan. We have to talk to Igno and go to the bar and the whole thing. But she doesn't have a place to stay. She said guards showed up and she's just taking off.
Okay. All right.
I can't.
She's okay. That's good. No, that's good.
I can't do that again until the morning. I'm sorry.
It's fine. And I think you start to see Uthiel a little nervous, kind of shifting in his boots.
I think I just take his hand and I'm like, I think we need to go back before
need
we
to go
make
back.
anybody else more nervous.
See the stern military training kick in. Go back, rest. We leave in the morning. I'll wake everyone up.
Well, not right now, but yeah.
No,
Try and be quiet. You may want to take off your boots.
First light. You guys make your way back, shifting into bed. You guys all get a long rest, so you may mark that in. Feel a little...
I'd also like to disclose what Rolly was up to in this entire time.
Yeah, what were you doing during the night?
Rolly would sit up against the wall, pull out Gina Lee's sending stone, and begin talking to it.
You see the stone lights, still magical in essence. And as you hold and concentrate to send the spell, you already feel that disconnect. But I think you know that. And I think this more is wishing.
It is the true definition of insanity.
Unfortunately, I was gonna say, like, Savannah did not sleep. She's probably in her mind, and the only person here is Felix, just going through the list of people who she possibly has lost. So
Felix
No,
is like
Leon.
making a list for you, like, in your closed eye, you can still see like the imagery that he can project into your mind, and you're thinking of like you are just being surrounded by faces of people you know, and the wondering possibility of who might have been affected. You see family, friends, friends of friends, family, acquaintances, battle people you've fought with, just numerous faces. And you start to feel that anxiety, and you start to feel a bit of camaraderie coming from Felix as he starts to feel the same.
I think I'm up early, but I think I'd even try to beat Uthiel because he normally beats me. And I think I'm just out there meditating.
Roll me d20.
In the sand. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought it was 13. 18.
18?
Yeah.
All right. You're like, wake up. Just meditate for a few hours and then I'll feel better. Wake up. And as you finish meditating, feeling that you've fully recovered in terms of like your own body physically, you open your eyes, a little bit of the horizon starting to crack from a little bit of the light cracking from the horizon, and already doing push-ups as Uthiel. I rolled a natural 20. He goes,
God damn it. How early do I have to get up to beat you? Jesus.
They instill on me first light you wake up,
I know, I normally do.
and I try to beat that. And he's like,
we're all in the same room, right?
yeah, he's been doing it
I
quietly.
just looked out loud. I'm like, I don't think any of us slept last night. Just give it to him. As I just roll over.
Yeah, I say you guys take maybe another hour to finally collect yourselves, leading outside.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does Moscow's mixer work?
Yeah, Moscow's mixers work.
Being that we didn't relay that information, 1 second, looking for a post-it. I think Mike stole them all.
You're looking for?
He's looking for a post-it.
Mm.
I think while Uthiel's doing his push-ups, I kind of just, I don't know how...
Rolly, give me 100.
How?
300.
Okay, they're doing that. I try to go over to Sav and just let her know that I saved one spell for his mom and she's okay, but I don't think the house is there and Moscow kind of. And I think I pause and just say isn't there.
Stab in my Savannah's heart right now, trying not to cry. It's like, okay.
You see the colored image that you've seen of Moscow turn gray in your mind.
And
Savannah,
then
as Felix makes a mental note.
she was headed towards the bar last night. She didn't have a place to stay.
I
So
hope it's safe at the bar. That actually brings up a good point. I think we're gonna have to go straight to Alrek, because if we go see Gina Lee first and try to do the Nexus, I can't do that because we got the cop with us.
yeah, I know. I don't think she's there. And even if she was,
I don't think Rolly's gonna let us not check.
I mean, oh no, that's right. It goes back home.
As you cuts the scene to Rolly still talking to the stone.
Even though Uthio's trying to make you do push-ups.
Rolly, put it. Okay, is that from Gina? It is? Okay, sorry.
I still talk to it.
Never mind. I'm sorry, man. Okay.
I just
I
want to
have a
let you
question
know,
for Amber.
Gina.
There's something that was the way it was said, but how did you tell Savannah about Moscow? Because there's something in the way that the information was given to you that I'm just now is wondering in my head. Like he went into the light.
Yeah, from what she said, the light like went over him and then he wasn't there. At least that's what I gather. And the house is no longer there. Or she said something happened to the house. I don't think she knows exactly what happened. She just knows that Moscow is not there. The house is not there. And she didn't have a place to go.
Is it bad the tiny bit slither of hope of they just aren't on this plane?
No, it's not bad. I think Veer's like, because her spell transcends planes, so she's like contemplating how to not say that part. Either one of two things. Either they're not around, and that's me putting it a nice way so we don't think the horrible, or there's something blocking my magic.
No, that's the reality of the situation. Alright, I'm up.
I don't know.
You guys head downstairs after resting. Rolly still clenched tightly of the stone in your hand. You guys make it to the outside. Some of the butlers obviously provide you provisions for your travels. I would assume by the discussion and the energy here that it probably isn't I'm going to stay for breakfast. It's more like we need to go.
It's more of shoving a cup of coffee in your mouth, but I do want to do something real quick. I don't know how long it
Emily,
takes.
throw some food in a bag.
Yeah, they give you provisions. They're like a bunch of food to go, especially like several days worth of food. So that way you guys can travel with some nice, better things than this, rations like jerky and nuts.
I think I go up to Rolly and ask him, I know you're very attached. I'm not going to do anything negatively with it. Can I borrow your stone for 10 minutes? You can sit next to me if you want.
Rolly will look at her, look back at the stone, and he'll say, "All right, honey, I gotta go. I hope I see you soon. Please, just be okay."
You did it. You did it.
Damn it, Steve, that hurt. Ow.
I'm laughing and tearing
You
up
did
at the
it.
same time.
Ow. Okay.
I had an entire spiel written up, but there's not enough time. I was gonna go through the whole thing.
Rolly hands out. I mean, that was like, when they say like less is more. God damn it. Rolly hands over the stone to you, Vera. I assume like the carpet is released. Roll 2d10.
I
Well,
just
hold
did.
on, I need 10 minutes. No, I don't think the carpet's like on a time limit.
No, it's not. I just rolled it. It's an 8 and a 1.
Oh, so that's 8 days worth of using it in 1 day recovery.
Okay. So
See.
Vera's going to sit semi-adjacent to Rolly, not exactly because she needs a circle to do it, and she's going to try and scry on Gina Lee.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's nice.
I think she just holds her symbol and hopes nothing horrible happens, explains to Uthiel what she's doing, and it hopes that nothing horrible happens.
Well, first, before you're able to roll for the check, because
Yeah.
there's a check for it or a save for it, roll me a d20 and add your wisdom modifier.
Okay. Modifier?
Modifier. Not the save modifier, just
No,
the
no, I know.
wisdom. It's a +5.
21.
The DC was 20.
I rolled a 16 plus 5.
The light has already come up, and you feel your conscious get ripped from your body. And that sounds dangerous, but I can't think of another word. But essentially, you feel like rays of light scattering your consciousness up into the stratosphere.
It's a nice got ripped from your body.
Yeah. You look up and you see like the helpful hand of Palor as he currently drifts your consciousness over to this cloud that overtakes the entire continent of Mostead and pushes you down, and you feel your mind's eye hit what feel like a barrier, and you almost push into it, and you for a moment see a flash of a castle with a giant, almost semi-translucent blue orb surrounding the entire thing. Something pushing you back, and you finally break through, and you go black for a moment. And as the scrying eye, as it creates, opens, you see Gina Lee, eyes closed, like almost slowly breathing.
I'm looking around.
But because of the scrying and the way scrying works, and I'm saying that, and I forgot that you
I
have
think
to roll
it's
for it,
only
but,
only
but the problem
focus.
is that you guys are right. You know her really well, and she wouldn't be resisting it. You don't see around her. You just see her.
But she's breathing.
She's slowly breathing. Actually, rolling perception check. Let's see what we can do here.
I forgot what mod is.
I don't like it, but I respect your ability to do it. But I don't like it.
$18.
You can make out what looks to be she's laying down, but it's not like flat. It's more like a bit arced a little bit on some sort of metallic surface. And you're able to sort of scry on her entire being. You see that her feet are currently being, like, she's standing on something, but she's being propped. There are a couple of wraps around her body, like leather straps and cuffs on her wrist, and a cuff around her neck, keeping her steady, with a bit of etching and runes across.
Can I read it?
What languages do you speak?
Primordial and Elven. No. Well, in common, but yeah. Okay. And I can't see anything else. That's it, right? Because I put her as my target.
Yeah. And
Okay.
your vision gets pulled back.
Okay. I think Vera's whole time, like, you just see her eyes flickering. Like, her eyes are closed, so it doesn't look creepy. But that's what she's doing, and she's just kind of like.
Are you
looking
doing like the
around.
Doctor Strange thing? Where he's like,
Yeah.
Oh God!
not the head movement, just the eyes, because that's what she's doing.
So the
is looking
eyes
around.
are moving in the same way.
Is kind of creepy.
That's still creepy.
And yeah, and then her lids are closed, but you can clearly see
Yeah.
her eyes moving in all sorts of directions.
Ugh.
Meanwhile, Rolly is sitting here like, what the?
I think she like comes out of it and then she just runs and like hugs Rolly, like even though you're not sitting that far from her. And I
I'm
think
like, that hug's either a good hug or a bad hug.
she just like kisses Rolly on the head and gives him his stone back. She's not dead. She's tied up in that bitch's castle, I think. They're tied up. She took them.
Rolly at this point will initiate a rage. We'll call it a like a thematic rage, and like releases Vera's grip on Rolly, grabs the stone, and just marches on out, like not saying a word. He knows what he needs to do now.
Determined.
Just unwavering focus.
High insight with you, even passive insight for you, where you've lit a fire in Rolly, and there's a determination and now a goal. Not bad, but it's focused.
I think I just let him walk off to have his time, but I tell Uthil and Savannah I don't know what her objective is. Since I targeted her, I couldn't really see everybody else, but she's like on this tilted bed, kind of like, I guess like a doctor's bed, but tilted, and she's like strapped in with like a collar with runes around her neck. Like she's trapped there. She's breathing, but she kind of just looks like half asleep.
You said there was a collar with ruins on her neck?
Yeah, I couldn't
Haven't
read
you
it.
seen that before?
I don't know. Have we seen it before, DM?
I think you may have seen it
In the lab?
In the Tri-Mountain, the lab that was there with Dr. Jaderich and
Okay.
yeah. I think you that, and especially you, Savannah, being having afflicted by him, that seems familiar. Like a design from him.
Not little
Oh, yeah.
shit.
I want this bitch dead.
Well, she's already dead.
I want her deader than dead. I want her gone.
Can we make a check to remember what those things did? Like what they were?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Can I give myself,
Can I roll too, or can I help
Yeah.
her?
You're in the conversation. You can roll.
can I give myself guidance?
Yeah, you can.
Ooh, not 20.
Not 20.
Huh?
Savannah,
My anger.
you. I'm trying to think here. Well, let's. How well can Vera roll in this one? This might actually be thematic. What's your
23.
23? I'll say, Vera, just out of maybe mindlessness of just the moment you're trying to explain what you saw, you start to drag your feet across the sand as you guys are currently in the sort of the sandy. We'll say you're in the beach right now as you made your way out, and you're trying to draw what you remember the ruin symbols.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Savannah might ask, what languages do you speak?
Elven, Common, obviously Thieves can't, and
Mine
just double check
Discord's
on
being
the
weird.
Any of you speak Giant?
No.
That Rolly
Rolly
did.
doesn't he?
I
Huh?
speak death.
Nope, not that. But you recognize it as giant writing, like some sort of etching. It obviously you can't read it because it's not one of the languages you speak. But you think back, and it's giant smith, like a giant, like a creation made by giant kin. But it looks like it was shaped and formed by skilled and intelligent hands, and you immediately get the thought of like Dr. Jade Rich and those others with sort of more of a crafty mindset. And from what you remember, or at least from what you can assess, is that
Yeah,
Well,
my
Amber.
Discord froze.
oh no,
I have to leave. Hold on. Let me disconnect. I was waiting for you to finish your thingy.
Sounds like it was the queen taking retribution for you scrying.
I don't know what happened. It
Yeah.
froze.
Do we take a break?
yeah,
Or...
we'll take a break. Let
Broken.
me see. We returned from whatever technical issue we had, but essentially, and I'll sort of speed this up. Hopefully, we don't run into anything else. Savannah, you recognize this as a inhibitor, something that would prevent her from speaking, hence using any vocal components for magic.
Okay. But I thought you didn't have to. Well, I guess you just do have to speak for using type of sending message spell.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. Okay.
So you
her-
also didn't see her equipment on her.
Yeah,
so
I
it
didn't
looks-
see any equipment, and the castle's in like a big blue bubble, and I almost didn't even get through the scry. So I think she has some kind of block.
Big blue bubble, castle, and sky. Oh god. All right. I mean, that's some hope. That gives us some hope, though.
It does, but even if we were to, I'm sure, as Rolly would put it, knock on the door and kick it in and kick your teeth in, I don't think we're going to be able to get to said door. At least without being creative about it.
So we still have to figure out where said door is. Are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think.
Jump onto the
Beer's brain is working.
carpet. Takes
Rolly has already settled himself on the carpet. All his stuff is on the carpet, and he is waiting patiently. But
I'm glad
focused.
he's all fired up to go.
Yeah. You guys head off as fast as the carpet can go. Again, as I mentioned before, it was like a 2-day travel. It would have been 2-day travel with a boat. So using a carpet, which generally has a little less, it has a standard 30 feet speed of movement. It'll probably take you 3 days. I'll say after first day, anything you guys would like to do during the first day? Anything special, I should say.
I think I just sent another message to Mary.
To who?
To Mary.
Got it?
To let her know that we're on our way. From what I can gather, Moscow is not hurt, but restrained. And we're trying to get him back. And I think that's all Vera can say.
Yeah, I wouldn't say too much more other than we have an idea what might have happened.
And I will add, are you safe? Did you make it to the bar?
She'll confirm that she made it to the bar safely. She had to go look for a key.
Thought she had a spare key.
But no, Moscow had a spare key.
Oh, damn.
But I
But
mean, she stayed there for a little bit, didn't she?
yeah, she said that she used Moscow employee key. But she had to go back to her house to grab the key, which was sort of on a hook. She was able to find and was able to get into the bar okay. I would like everyone to roll me a perception check as we hit the second day.
It's gonna be a 18.
18,
Dirty 20.
dirty 20,
That is gonna be a 17.
17. You rolled really well, but what you see north, off in the distance, is something coming off the horizon, shiny, and making its way south where you guys are.
Like a person? Or like an aura?
It's far away. It's from the horizon.
I don't know if I like that.
We're not gonna run up to any more shiny things because we learned that the hard way.
No,
so-
no. The shiny thing's coming to us.
No, I know. I'm not saying we're gonna close the distance though.
Why
Why don't we hide?
is it possible to dip the carpet lower to make it go maybe over us?
Yeah, you can tip. You're currently like a few, maybe 100 feet up from the water. You can definitely start to lower yourself. Maybe get into about 20 feet distance.
Okay.
About an hour pass, not even an hour, probably like 30 minutes pass, and the visage, as you guys are currently like looking towards your destination, and then looking towards the north to see if you can clock if it's getting closer, and you start to see massive wings.
You don't suppose it's Godric's and not like a different dragon, right?
You see maybe another 10 minutes, long neck, giant body, and you see a golden snout and body, just shimmering in gold.
It's our dragon friend.
It better be
What
our
dragon?
dragon friend.
And at
That dragon friend?
this point, you start to see the sun. The sun is now being blocked as you have entered within this cloud area that's covered most of Mostead. That's covering a little over much what it can. And at this point, you start to see,
Is it him?
and you see the scarred, cut up, some of the wings badly damaged due to numerous years and centuries within the forge of Anburn's volcano. Godric's, and then sweeps over you, and like a hawk or like a like a vulture, just circles around and then just starts to glide alongside you guys, matching speeds with you.
Lee, are you okay?
Friends.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, I mean, nice to see you. You
It-
left the island.
I have.
That must not be good.
Looks to you, Rolly. Fine, son. I've come to collect you all.
For who or for what?
For who?
Looks to you, Savannah. Friends of yours. Found me. Recruited me. I've been doing work for them.
Sam, couldn't you tell?
I look at Sav and I'm like,
He's
my friends,
supposed
really?
to protect the island. He's not supposed to be recruited for Little Richards.
It's Nate on the riches, and I look
They
at Lucio.
recruited him. I think you may know.
looks like Little Richard and I are gonna have a conversation.
Okay, God, what happened? We're on our way back to Alrak. Well, where am I need to go?
To wherever they call home. He flies upwards, and you see a shimmering golden light starts to shrink into a withered old man that lands on your carpet and sits down. See the long white beard of Godric, the human form, old, ancient. You see numerous scars and like self-inflicted wounds due to him being locked up for so long, exhausted, that still has not gone away, that almost looks permanent at this point. There was a massive cloud went over my home, the island. Senses of the old queen. So I decided to look. Walked. Scoured. Getting a lay of the land. Some of your friends, next to you, Savannah, found me. I'm not as swift or as discreet as I suppose some of my other kin. But after some discussion, found a mutual connection through you. They asked me to look above the clouds, and I did. Scoured. It's difficult to see through the massive dark void. But I found it. Floating castle.
You saw the floating castle.
I did. There were some defenses. And sort of looks towards, look like a bruised arm. Deep, like purple and blue.
Do you want me to fix that?
It'll be some time. I've had some days to recover. It's a lingering injury now. But we shared information. The Queen. And you already know the shared hatred. Come to Vasa.
Go.
He jumps off the carpet. Massive golden light covers. And he lifts up the flight pattern to catch the carpet, and with his dragon speed faster than 30 feet, hitting a faster speed than ever before.
I just turned it with you. Remember when I told you I rode a dragon?
Yeah.
This one.
Jesus.
Meet the dragon.
There is no even acknowledge of Uthiel. It's just now.
Yeah, when he's pissed, he's real centered.
You guys make it within no time, as the coastline of Arsenal starts to get closer and closer. Godric swings off to the left, swirling around the entire city, going towards the mountaintops that are north of Arsenal. Lands, reverts back. I suppose you know the way. And you guys are like maybe an hour away from Varsal, just on foot. You can always use the carpet if needed, but
We'll use the carpet to get faster, but yes, we know the way. Thank you, friend.
I have time. I will meet you in their meeting place. But I must scour more. Find its new location. Reverts
Wait.
back. Yes, Fire Son.
Heals. Vera, do the thing.
I asked him. He said no.
Do it anyway.
I think just do it anyways.
Just do it. We're gonna need all the friends we can get.
All right. Hold on. I'm not gonna use.
He looks down to you, Rolly, as he looks down and goes, Your tribe and your people do well. Her reach took a few, but not many.
Okay, I do.
I'm gonna look him dead in the eyes, and I'm gonna say, she doesn't know who she fucked with.
There's that shared connection of that long lost, maybe somewhat still there, but not fully connected bloodline that you have with this dragon. And there is that shared anger and rage as an almost, like, not in exact words he would put it, but exactly.
Like, that fire isn't like orange. That fire is white. It is.
So you
It's
get
like that.
I'll get a sense, Vera, that
I
it's-
just like edge over, then lightly touch the
yeah,
25.
release the spell, and then like a rocket into the dark clouds.
Guess it took. All I'm going to say is, like, again, blue bubble. If it can do that to a dragon, we're gonna have to be creative in how we get in there.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are now. At least we have a starting point. Let's go.
So I'd like to describe the environment you guys get as you head to the outer edge of Varsal, the outer rim, the circle with a lot of the commerce and trade. Before you would hear the hustle and bustle and the screams and barters of merchants screaming their sales and trying to get a deal. Has now gone a little quieter. There are still those who are outside talking. More hushed tones. Bit of a fear has overtaken a lot of the city here. You walk a little bit, noticing there are occasional, not frequent, but rare, like 10-foot radius circles burned into the ground. And a lot of the guards here, a lot of the king's guards, are trying to do what they can. A lot of them telling shop owners, you need to close. We need to, until we can suss this out, you need to, and I gotta make food. I gotta make money for my family. And then there's a lot of hardship and talks and concern. Right now, you will get a sense that whatever just happened that afflicted however many people, the entire kingdom is on they're not in the action part of a tragedy. They're in currently assessment and containment and control as much as they can to calm the populace. I think Uthiel sort of recognizes this and goes,
Yeah, do you need to go?
I don't know how many this might affect, but knowing higher ups, I can only imagine that rules are going to start being in place soon.
I can't just send a message to the queen. You know, she's got protections, but
She's got
like,
protection.
I could send it to Amber can't remember. What's his face's wife?
Why don't we send Uthio? Because we kind of can't take him where we're going anyways.
Kind of don't like that idea.
I mean, honestly, you see Uthiel stops talking and stops like mid path as you guys are currently walking the outer edge and sort of puts a hand up like, okay, everyone stop real quick. You guys are going somewhere, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see Mom?
Yes.
She's
Eventually.
okay?
We will make sure she's okay.
That was Thomas. I have to go. I have to go right now.
Where are you going?
I have to go back to Isenby.
Why? Quickly, you can spit out whatever happened.
He puts a hand on you, Vera. Umber's gone.
She's just, adding points to how many times I'm gonna have to hit her. I think I just cast calm emotions on Uthiel and be like, listen, if you go in there like how I want to go in there, it's not going to go well.
I know, but
It'll be okay.
it's all over the capital, so I have to...
They're not dead. She just took them. I will get them back, and if I have to resurrect every one of them, I will sit there and do it.
You see he looks around to, like, see if he can find, like, the closest stables, getting a track of where one is.
Is there somewhere we can drop you before we take off?
Keep what you got. I'll get there soon. I'm gonna get the troops. And basically reaches you in for a hug.
Yeah.
Vera kisses you on the cheek. Stay safe.
You too. She touches a hair on your head. She's gonna have to pay for more than that, just that everything else.
Same. And he turns, looks to you, Savannah and Rolly. Keep her safe. Keep yourself safe. Stay together.
You stay safe.
And he puts a hand on both you two. You got this. Starts to rush. Withiel rushes off to the closest stables, getting horse, whatever he can. And almost like a beat cop, like, I'm taking your horse right now. This is for kingdom business.
I think I'm gonna send one message as he's walking. I think I'm walking, but I'm walking ahead, just kind of assessing where we're going.
Sure.
And I send it to my dad. And I tell him, knowing you, you're safe. But I think you need to take the family and get to the Feywild. I don't think it's safe here anymore.
You get a response. Vera, so happy to hear that you're safe. I think that might be the best option, but... I have to stay.
It cuts off there?
No, you hear a pause, like almost a quivering in his own voice. I'm with Zima. They took Vosen. Vosen's gone.
They took Zima and Vosen, or just...
No, he's with Zima
Oh.
because he's keeping her company, but you get a sense that whatever happened, Vosen's gone.
I think you just see Vera, like, pick up
Flop her
pace.
head.
Pick up pace. And I don't think she's controlling her emotions. She's not facially emoting her expression, but her hair is very much how it was in the Feywild, where she just starts shifting. It's going from, like, blue to red to orange to yellow. Like, she doesn't know how to control it, but that's how she's letting out her emotion without saying anything.
Roll me a perception check.
Like, she's trying to assess, but she can't emotionally process everything.
22.
22.
Like if your colors are going off, I'm just gonna like grab you real fast. It's like Vera.
You're walking along the outer rim, the outer circle of Farsal, and you just so happen to turn right, looking at one of the numerous streets that goes into the inner circle, and you come across one of those intersections where you can finally, you look past the gates, look past everything, and because your mind is currently set on one person, and you can see a sunken roof of the Sorley Gens. And you notice that there were like the equivalent of like yellow tape. Some guards.
I go up to the guards.
You're currently on the, you'd have to like, essentially you'd have to take the party on another path right now. That's up to you if you guys.
No, I just go. I
Savannah,
leave them
Slowly
behind.
walks away.
Savannah, you comfort Vera, and you most Rolly's like stop in mid track and go, and then with purpose starts to walk.
Oh dear lord.
I think while he's doing that, I just tell Sab, just let him. And I think Vera finally kind of like comes, but her hair is still kind of split between red and purple at this point. Like she's slowly collecting herself. I have an idea. It may be very stupid, but it may beat her at her own game. I don't know what that would mean for everybody
I
else.
right now don't like the idea of stupid because I think we're all in high emotions. Like I don't like the idea that that one just walked off.
No. I thought about it. I can technically project an astral version of ourselves into the astral plane. Like, us three. I can do up to 8, technically. I've never done it before. But, what if we could talk to the dreamer?
Wait.
I don't know if that's how
What?
that works. But I think maybe I
Talk
could.
to the thing that can undo reality. Did I hear that right?
What if we let it know that she's coming to wake him up? But again, she has all our friends in a giant ship. So I don't know if that's the dumb idea, but if it prevents her from doing what she wants to do, why not?
It's not the worst idea we've ever had. Not even, I don't think it'd be the riskiest idea we ever had. So,
It's just she has those strings on us. That's the problem. If I do one thing that stops her and she figures it out.
Rolly, you make your way into the inner circle.
Mhm.
Several other
I'm gonna go straight there.
several other burnt, circles from light have been, sort of imprint on the beautiful, pristine grass here. Catches your eye for a moment, but you shift back to where you were heading. You see about 12 guards, kind of like talking to one another. You see one particular person who is dressed in not like armor, wears the symbol of the kingdom, and is currently talking to numerous people, taking notes. You see sort of a blue coat, sort of brown leathers underneath with a white shirt, brown pants, just sort of going, yeah. Sort of does a double take, seeing you beeline it. Gives a finger wave, and you see the 12 guards. Hello, sir. Can I help you?
Do I recognize any of the guards?
They all look different faces.
What about the one in the blue?
Roll me an insight check.
Ooh, 19.
19. You don't recognize him, but you look him over, like you're stopped by numerous of the guards, and you're like looking at them all like, I don't know any of you. You're just beat cops, and then looks up to the one person dressed differently and like looks at them. You think this guy probably has a higher clearance, a little more important, maybe a detective of some sort, like trying to assess what happened here. But you are stopped as one of the beat cops go, sir, sorry, can we help you?
I'm only going to say this once. This was my girlfriend's shop, and she is gone. I need to find out what happened to her.
You see the guy.
Move out of the way, or I will move you.
The gentleman in the blue coat sort of roughs off his jacket a bit. Well, that's certainly pretentious of yourself. You're going to move us while we're currently in investigation.
Then allow me to aid you, but do not stop me from coming in. Only saying it once.
Then let me say this once. If you force yourself into this crime scene, I'll put you down. You'll go into the barracks, and that's where you'll spend the rest of your life.
I think I go running up. So after I've talked about
we
this
see
stuff.
Rolly about to throw a punch, we go.
Perhaps we start this again, yeah? You mentioned that you start to hear the sound of everyone
Clinking armor.
Clinking armor.
This isn't this is a jurisdiction of the king, right?
This is the Sildon Kingdom jurisdiction.
This Uthio has
He's
No-
not with
no
us
command
anymore.
Uthiel
He's not with-
He does have
would,
command.
Uthiel would have strict.
I mean,
I don't think he, in terms of like he can't order these people around, but the fact that he has such a high command, they probably would respect him enough to be like, okay, you got it.
it's okay. We have somebody who's in uniform, though.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do this very nicely. I'm going to allow Vera and Savannah the opportunity to come here,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't say anything. But if they don't get here in time, I'm just moving to initiative.
Sure. We already said that these two are already rushing to you.
Yeah.
It comes to the point
Yeah.
where I'll say it comes to the point where you are slowly starting to move your hand to the hilt of your axe, and you start to notice everyone else holding like halberds, spears, and swords, and a couple of like people train crossbows at you. Like you're going for a weapon, and in that moment of the spark can hit it at any point. Vera and Savannah hit by your sides.
Yeah.
I grab Rolly by the arm, start pulling him like, Rolly.
I step in front.
And I whisper in the ears, it's like, hey, there's better ways to do this. Kind of pull
I
them along.
understand, but this needs to happen. Either they
It
move out of
will
my
happen.
way, or we will do this the hard way.
Rolly, it will happen. But we don't need you. What we don't need is you to be locked up in jail.
I think I just stand in front to whoever's talking to him.
See the gentleman in the blue coat, one of the detectives, looks you over. Vera?
I know. Troop 14. My husband's.
No. That's the altered armor.
Yeah. From Uthiel Kane. My husband. And we're the 3 griffins who helped your queen with their dead king and solve that. He just wants to see
Mm-hmm.
what happened.
I heard of you. Yeah. Never seen you before.
Uh-huh.
I get he's
Control
acting.
your friend.
I'm
We're currently-
trying. He just wants to see. If I have to go run and get my husband all the way over here just to order you because apparently I'm a woman and don't have enough freaking power, I'll go do that. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Neither do we.
I know.
But it seems like your friend's the one here who wants to
Just
aggress.
tell you guys, you would be the one hurt if we let him loose. Just saying.
He just wants to look around, okay? You can watch him do it.
Rolling persuasion check.
Do I want to roll this dice again?
Look
No,
at Rolly.
I don't.
Are you okay, buddy?
I am tensing up.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's very visible.
Persuasion 19.
19.
I've had people taken too. We all have. And we're trying to fix it. We already know what's behind it. I could give you the ins and ins of story if you want it, or you can talk to the queen herself. Point is, he just wants to look around. He's kind of heartbroken at the moment. I think you can relate at least a little bit to that.
All right, let's start over. You calm? Let's
That's a
talk.
Bad
Let's
question
over
to
to
ask. I
Vera,
don't
to
think-
Rolly.
Rolly finally having the entire thing hit, it hit his head, and he's like, all right, chill, in his head, right? Puts his, untenses himself, and then moves his hand down.
Okay. Yeah. Let's start over. Detective Diovan. Nice to meet you guys. I've heard of you.
How the hell do you span that?
Diovan.
D.O. Van.
Yeah.
It's Dio.
Diovan. Not Theovan, but Diovan.
Dio!
Mike's not. I mean,
D I O
Steve's not gonna
V A N.
It's a JoJo reference.
Yeah, I know. God damn it.
You thought it was D&D, but it was actually Jojo.
He reaches out a hand, shakes yours first, Vera. Goes to Savannah and then to Rolly. This entire time, Rolly, I think you also notice that he's not afraid of you, but he doesn't want a confrontation, but he's not like, as the other guards are like almost like bit nervously like, I don't want to fight this thing. He's a little cooler and a little more experienced, and he goes, all right. You mentioned looks to you, Roy. You mentioned relationship with Miss Lee, correct? Very close? I understand. I get it now. I get it. Okay. All right. I can understand now the intensity. All right. Listen, we have a couple of our men here inside of the Cerulean Gin, currently assessing. I think you've seen them around. Sort of points a little bit at these circles around, the ones that burnt the floor. Trying to understand what kind of magic this was. Follow me. Turns about, walks into the Cerulean Gin, allows you guys to follow. Sort of gives like a whip motion, like, all right, let him in. All I ask is that we're currently trying to figure out what happened before and after. So try not to touch anything. Looks you in, and you see that there are a couple of guards with like badging and symbols, like they're higher up. You know, they've worked through the ranks a little bit, and some of them are. You see some arcane casters currently doing it like a detect magic, trying to find what they can. Other ones taking scrapes of the burnt, now marble, like she had marble floors, burnt marble of the circle where she was standing. You see the circle is actually behind the counter. He goes, well, as much as we can assess, there was one witness who said that he was here buying something, and a light came down and took her, or destroyed her. Apologies. We don't know what yet.
There was a witness?
It was a customer just buying something.
It took her. Who do you report to? I'm not trying to be rude. I just want to know who do you talk to.
Report to the barracks captain.
Who does he report to? I feel like
Reports to one of the generals in ISMB.
All right. I know you've already heard of us, but I don't think we have time for an audience with the Queen, and apparently the contact that I did have for that, other than Uthiel, is also missing in one of these beams of light. All we know is that the Lich we've already warned the Queen about is behind it.
Hold on. Lich.
Yeah.
First time I'm hearing this.
Yeah, because I don't think she releases all that information to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stop here and say, listen. I can see you're not intimidated by me. To me, that doesn't matter. I'm going to let you know right now that regardless of how high or how hard you've worked to get the rank you've got, the three of us know more about this than you can ever comprehend. No disrespect. We are trying to stop these things from happening. With that in mind, let us take a look around. You can feel free to watch. We will not give you any information that the Queen herself does not give you, because this is a very confidential matter. But allow us to do our jobs. We can be in and out of your hair quickly, and we will let you get back to doing yours.
How about this? What if I save you the trouble? We've already been here for a few hours. You want to look around? Look around. Don't touch anything. We're still trying to assess a few other things, smaller details, but I could tell you, I know you worked with the Queen. You're married to a higher up. I can tell you at least what our diviners have found out. Maybe that'll prevent you from stomping over a few other things that we have here.
That's helpful.
Good. All right. I want to be helpful. We investigated the burn remains, but we can. It's akin to abjuration magic, but it's mixed with something else. Hard to tell. Most of what, and he sort of motions toward a couple of the other people doing detect magic, whatever arcane wielders determine, it must be some sort of smith spell.
Of course it is.
Old magic, hard to tell. Either that or it's something different. Hard to say. From what we understand was that Miss Lee was doing business. Person who witnessed the light shine down informed us that smell of sulfur burning, and then after a second, blinding white. circle appeared. Hole in the ceiling. You see the ceiling currently crumbled a little bit. And Miss Lee was gone. Now, after we've determined that it was abjuration, we fairly certain or safe that must have been some sort of teleportation magic. But again, with Smith spells, it can be hard to determine the actual outcome. Some of the stuff we've taken from her back room, evidence currently in storage. Look around. Hey, you. Points to one of the guards. Keep an eye out. I have to discuss a few things with the other captains. Feel free to look around.
Out of character, how many lights did Rolly and I see when they hit?
You saw
how many did we see?
Rolly, I mean, you saw the remaining lights, Vera, and what you saw were just like
the beams, like how
just
many beams?
Numerous, hard to count how many. Rolly saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and once it hit like 12, you lost count.
I will ask the detective like how many beams hit Barcel that are reported.
Good question. From our last count, we did as well of a sweep that we can. We counted about 12. Most of those that were taken had some sort of dealing, merchants, mostly guards.
The guards?
Yeah, good chunk of our workforce is gone. About 6 or 7 guards were taken.
Were they magically inclined at all?
No, at least maybe not to our knowledge. Some of them were well-trained, marshaled, people with weapon training, obviously, but not all of them. There was a couple of guild artisans that were taken as well.
Do you
Couple
know
shop
any of their
owners.
names?
Yeah, do you have a list of everyone that was taken? I think I have an idea here. I think I know what happened. Or I think I know what the profile of person targeted is.
Sure. No. Grabs his notebook, flips it over. Casting a spell of his own, you see that he actually does like a spell called Illusionary Script, making a duplicate of what he has. Hands it over to you. And as you read the list, Gina Lee obviously stands out. A couple of guard names, captains, knights, soldiers, beat cups, and then a couple of blacksmith, leathersmith, fishermen. But no names really stick out. But a lot of them they were providing the community a service in some certain way. It wasn't like, a drunkard or something. It was just, people with professions.
Quick question for you. Besides the people we already know on this list, you seem to be familiar with a few of them. Can you tell me if the people on this list are skilled by, if they became as talented as they were based off of hard work? Like, did they earn what, their skills?
I mean, I would say so. Most of these,
Are they magically inclined though?
some of these guild artisans aren't magically inclined. I would say most of them aren't. Gina Lee sort of looks at the open hole and everything. She was sort of our more proficient artisan. Most of the others aren't magically inclined, but I would say that maybe objectively that they were hardworking.
It totally fits into her MO.
Hard workers. Certainly
No.
allowed. That's a wide pool to pull from.
No. People who've earned their accolades off their own merits, not people that have been granted things. I.e., if you were born with magical power versus learned to become good with magical power.
He listens to that. Hold on. Just goes through his notes.
Sav, I don't think it's that.
Interesting.
She has a collar on her. I think they're experiments for Jade Ridge.
No.
Oh, That's a good point.
I'm almost. Well, I don't want to talk about it in front of him, so I'm just gonna be quiet.
Some folks here, when they get a shop or something, it's inherited. You know? Passed down family generations. Interesting. Most of the names on this list, from what we have on public records, either apprenticed at some other place and purchased and worked on their own to build this on their own. Something similar to that. Hard workers. All right.
I look at Vera and Savannah. After I've taken just a look around. Actually, I will look around if I can roll for anything.
Cast guidance.
I'll support.
Yeah, roll me then go ahead and roll me an investigation check with advantage.
All right, -1. Here we go.
You got guidance. It'll make up for the -1.
You have advantage in good guidance, though.
It's up to your dice.
That fucking guidance came in handy. Clutch. That'll be a dirty 20.
You walk into the back rooms. The magical portal that she usually has there is gone. No longer reaching into the vault that she would usually carry around with her of, arcane testings and magic. It's just sort of the stuff that she had storage. You see there are several other guards inside the back room who are currently tagging and marking and archiving and writing notes 12 healing potions were here. We got to move it to a side because now it's open. The whole shop is open to the elements. They have to move all of this important magical stuff to a safe location from burglars and other thieves sort of marking things. The one thing that catches your eye with a dirty 20 is you see that there are blueprints and off on the desk off to the side with some notes in writing, and there is something that she's been working on called a yielding focus. And it occurs to Rolly that it feels like a reference to a crop yield, and you notice that this something is a reference to you. Something about the farm, a yielding focus. There are notes about alterations to magic, and how it can be used to alter spells in certain ways. And there's been talks about, making a spell small to make the distance go further. And you've expressed that to Gina Lee, who got inspired, and it's had its effect, and your profession is now its namesake, a yielding focus. But you walk around Rolly coming back. Unfortunately, it's almost like a flash, and she was gone.
I think I'm going to take the lantern out and kind of do a once over walking around, just in case.
With that same roll, nothing comes to mind, or nothing shows.
Just to be sure.
No.
So the blueprints are in the storage room?
Yeah, and they're you see the blueprints are in a bag that has been marked from the guards, this is going into the evidence locker. It'll be returned to her if anything happens, but until then it lives in the evidence locker. But you are able to see through some of the plastic and some of the see-through containers that is what it is.
Would it be wrong if I just took the bag?
I would just take the blueprints, maybe not the whole dang bag.
Well, it's inside the bag.
It's inside the bag, which means they've already got it cataloged, which means that it can't go missing, because if it does, they'll know.
Yeah.
So I go up to Vera, knowing this because I've dealt with cops in my time. I will say, Vera, I need a request from Uthiel.
Kind of figured.
They can the guards here can take all the other items, but these blueprints cannot touch anyone else's hands. I don't know why, but just based on what little knowledge I have, I feel that there's something important about all this, and I won't allow it to be in possession of anyone else.
Is there any way to actually make them stop investigating? Because I don't know, having a bunch of cops in Gina Lee's shop feels invasive.
Well, I mean, there's a hole in the roof.
I know,
That's
I
And there's a
know,
Warden.
person presumed dead.
I know. I mean, I could still just take the blueprints. What are they gonna do? Throw me in jail? They
Yep,
don't know I took them.
exactly. That.
Actually, that's exactly what they will do.
They don't know I took them.
No, but they were
They'll know
there,
that
and
we
then we
took
were here. You just gave him a lecture about doing stupid things. Anyway. I will
Can
send
you-
a
yeah.
message, but I don't know.
Wait, they're blueprints, right?
Yeah,
That
maybe
means I
she
can
can copy
I-
them down.
That's what I'm gonna say. I'm like, what if I just made a duplicate, a copy of it?
Because
Forged a
here's
copy.
okay. Here's the problem. Unless you can create illusions of them and put them in there.
I mean, the illusion's going to fade, but I
Yes,
can take
that's
it
the
out,
point. That's
make
the
a forge of it, and then put the forge in there.
Hold on.
Well, anything you can do that allows us to take the originals, because like I said, I don't know what it is exactly.
DM, how long would it take me to forge a copy of the blueprints?
I'll say it depends on your role. I don't think seconds. Probably
Yeah.
minutes.
I would say like 20 minutes.
20 minutes sounds fun. If you can roll an 18 or higher, I think a 20-minute rush to make it accurate enough where it can fool this detective who already has like almost like a king mindset. I will allow it if you can. You would have to find a place to start doing this. Probably you can't do it in the back
I'm gonna
room.
use my lucky reroll if it has to be an 18.
Okay.
Can I give guidance to this? Or no?
Where are you doing it?
Yeah, where are you doing?
I'm assuming she has like a back room with a desk and whatnot, right?
Yeah, but there are also beat cops back here in the back room who
Yeah,
are
they
currently
were.
cataloging things.
So where is this bag exactly? Is there like a bookcase that's like a dark corner somewhere that with like a flat surface?
Sure. Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, you can find maybe
Alright.
a little dark corner to hide behind, maybe a bit of a curtain.
It's
It's Gina Lee. She probably has decorations everywhere, like curtains.
Is it a flat roll?
I'm just gonna tap Sav, and then I'm gonna go talk to the detective and keep
Are you
distracted.
proficient with forgery? With a forgery
Yes.
kit? Okay, so that means you get to roll a d20 plus your proficiency level.
Okay.
And I'll say this will be either you can include your intelligence modifier or your dexterity modifier.
Yeah, they're about the same. All right, I can do this.
Okay.
Okay, I rolled a flat 18, so that would have been a 26, and that's
26.
without the D4.
All right.
D4 29.
How do you keep these beat cops busy for 20
Oh,
minutes?
I'm gonna go talk to him.
I will also distract the guards cataloging, and I'll start just really like getting into the roots of like, show me how you're cataloging, show me what items are here. I'll see if I can let you know what's missing, or I'll do my best to just keep them completely focused.
Are you trying to be? Let's see what the word here. Are you trying
I
to
don't
be?
think he's trying to be deceitful. I think he's just trying to be distracted.
Well, I think the question is: are you trying to
Persuade.
persuade them not to like almost like keep their attention using a bit of persuasiveness? Are you trying to deceive their attention, like, oh, I'm lying, come look over here, or let me talk to you about something? Or are you trying to intimidate them? So I'll allow either three options that you guys can roll and tell me the result.
Keep them busy. Have them tell them about how the town's been in the last 3 days.
I-
That should
I-
be
how
20
about
minutes
this? How
worth
about
of
thi-
information.
I counter offer. What if I perform to know all about this?
I'll allow performance, deception, intimidation,
Oh,
or
boy.
persuasion. I'll allow either
boy.
four. So you can guys roll and tell me your your highest roll.
All right.
You too, Vera.
So
I think I'm gonna
Uh,
go with persuasion, man. I ain't gonna perform worth a damn.
Sure.
I am an actor, so I will go with performance.
Sounds good.
My highest stat is wisdom, and I don't know how I could manipulate that business by just talking. Okay.
All right. That'll be a 21 on performance.
Got it.
I think mine's just a +1. I'm just checking.
So we're gonna work it full failure, half success, and full success. What'd you get?
17.
17?
It's not awful, but not great. Great.
These are beat cops. Let me see. Well, a little higher than beat cops. Yeah, I'll say you guys are able to properly distract them for 20 minutes. Maybe not the full 20. Enough where Savannah can jump in there. 2 minutes have gone by, and they're like, what happened to your friend? And then you jump in and are able to distract them for the remaining 18 minutes. But Savannah, after stressing behind a curtain on the back wall of a dark corner, a little bit of sweat trickles down your fur as you're trying to scribble as much as you can from the illusion that you've built up onto paper. And you feel fairly confident that you have something that might fool the detective. And using that last remaining moments of distraction, put it in your bag. I think at this point, after like the 18 minutes of distraction, the guards are like, all right, I know that the detective said that you're fine to come back here, but you're kind of intruding on our business, so you need to leave now. I'll have a discussion with him if I need to, but you need to leave.
It's okay, officer. Just put my back. We can go. We have somewhere to be anyways.
Thank you for your time.
You guys leave Swirly Jen.
I think before we leave, I asked the detective if he's heard about anything about Amber.
I haven't. My city's here. I haven't really traveled to the capital in a while. I know that he's stationed there. Or he was, until he retired.
Yeah. If you find anything on him before my husband does, can you relay that message? He's also missing.
Sure.
Thanks. I just leave.
Where to, guys?
I need to get to the Raven's Kiss, so let's go find that bar, guys.
Real quick. I just need a message sent.
I'm about to scream at Rolly right now.
To who?
My brother.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Well, I mean,
Which one?
I can send it and walk. Oh yeah, which one?
The older one.
Oh,
Hey, Red.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can walk and
Yeah, you can walk.
Walk
We can
it
say
through
by the time you finish this whole sending, we could be at
yeah. You just gotta tell me what.
at the bar.
Yeah, I just want to know if they're okay. I want to know what's going on, if everything's all right, if anyone's missing.
Okay. I ask if they've seen any lights, if they're safe, and if everyone's accounted for.
Okay. You get a response back. Hello? Oh God, Vera, it's terrible. A light hit. Some sort of flash hit the homestead. I was out in the fields. Tell Rolly I can't find Pa.
I think, man, Vera's just like getting emotionally hit. I think we're walking, and then she just kind of like stops and does that, like she's thinking.
I think the last you hear from Arad was, I'm currently collecting my things. I'm gonna head down to the academy, see if Kat's safe.
I don't even need her to respond, just her behaviors and just what she does just kind
She
of
stopped walking.
yeah, it tells me everything I need to know. There has been another fire that has been lit. It has now become a wildfire.
You guys enter in the bar. Marked closed at the moment, but Savannah, you already know. Hit the right spot, open the door, come inside. Empty. It's been closed for a bit, but this is not your destination. Heading downstairs. There are a couple of Raven's Kiss members. Usually they were sparse looking for Olivia, but now there are people here talking amongst themselves. There is some slight acknowledgement to you. Some of them look over your friends. Okay, no, we know. Letting you pass. Finally, manning one of the bars is A. Richard. Not yours.
Richard.
Not yours, but your A. Richard, and able to talk.
This is a nice, refreshing change.
I thought I fixed hers.
You did fix mine. Remember, if this Richard's talking, that means either
Oh,
most,
yeah.
if not all of them are talking. Because now we have a new Richard. I'm like, can I know your number?
1847.
It's good to have you back.
It's good to be back. It's quite infuriating knowing that I couldn't talk. But
Can I go though?
Of course, of course. I think Leon is looking for you.
Oh, thank God. Okay, thank you. Hearing Leon's name starts booking it.
You guys feel that thing once again, the teleportation into the Nexus. But at this point, I feel like determination keeps it steady. Leon currently is in the Nexus talking to some of the other members here, some of the heads. Looks over, sees an eye, sees the teleportation wave as you step through. Rushes to you, Savannah, and gives you a hug. It's fine. I was very worried.
I was worried. Who was hit? Any of our people were hit?
There were a few of our members, but honestly, after doing a wide sweep of the world, or at least what we can in Mostead, from other agents, we weren't the prime targets. At least we're trying still to assess who were.
What about my family?
I knew you were going to ask that. From my understanding, majority of your family are still in Arrowfield. I think your sister is in 6th Run with, looks to you, Vera, with your sister.
Yeah.
I mean, still waiting for people to come back, but I don't think you've missed anyone.
It's no news, it's good news. I don't know.
Your family is notoriously hard to track down.
With purpose.
With
This is
purpose.
true.
We'll find them. Let's be honest. Just takes an extra moment. I think the 3 want to talk to you.
Yeah. Have you met Godric?
I have. Interesting fellow.
Yeah. Yeah, he told me.
Yeah. I think he actually might be there with them.
Oh, good. All intensity. I feel like Davis is the most freaking mild one out of them. I'm saying something.
Any other news I need to be aware of?
Well, after working with Godric's, learning more about what his findings were, I called everyone back who was searching for Olivia Blake. Fairly certain she's on the floating castle. So, there's no need for all agents to go scouring for her.
Actually, calling everyone back actually might have saved a couple of lives that way, or at least make sure they were still here.
We're still doing a full count, but I think you're right.
Okay, I'll go meet with the 3 then. Thank you, Leon. And I just hug him again. I'm like, I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah. Had me nervous. I think you still have some lives in you.
I got stories for you later.
I'm sure. You guys walk off to one of the central rooms within the Raven's Claw, the inner city of the Raven's Kiss, Thieves Guild. There, in that same centered meeting area, you see Godric's, who made a beeline to the bar before you guys, so it was able to get here first. Oh no, he was flying. Godric wouldn't be here. Sorry, Godric is not here. He's currently still searching for.
Yeah,
so
he was
negate
searching
that.
for the new location.
That slipped my mind. I'm a tired person.
It's all right.
It's okay. Yeah, and but who you do see down here is your Richard. The scratch and scar across his nose and the beak. Davis is here, but Miles is not. The teleportation circle, the ones that they use to go in and out here, off in the corner, a giant stone slab of a table and numerous seats. Richard sort of eyes, being a keen rogue himself, hears the footsteps, looks over, sees you walk in, almost a relieved expression across the Kenkud face. Okay. Good. Comes.
So the 3 wants to see me, but there's only 2?
Davis leans back in the chair. Yeah, well, Miles said that he had to go see someone. he'd be back, so hopefully it doesn't take too long.
I think I just say in Elvish to Davis that Bosun's gone.
You see just the look on his change, like the look on his face change from analytical a little bit, tempered to shaken.
I think she says that, and then she says that Dad won't leave to the Feywild, even though I told him to because of that.
He responds to you in Elvish. Okay, yeah. That might be the way to keep the family safe. If they can find the rest of the tribes, then that might be a good place for them for now. Well, let's at least talk what we found and maybe we could share information. No?
So castle and sky?
Yeah. From my records, well, as far as the most Raven Kiss members I can found out, a lot of important figures were taken. Mostead's a bit of in chaos right now. We're still in the worrying find-out stage. Enacting rules and setting guidelines might come soon. You see Davis leans forward. Well, there's another issue. When Godric flew over into the sky, he informed us that coming from Anburn and over the abandoned city of Aftonbarrow is now apparently sprouting growth, overgrowth. Honestly, it's already a lot to handle. He kind of motions towards Richard. He goes, all records, we've kept records of the Aftonbarrow. Raiders and bandits live there. Mostly, not a lot. It's difficult to live out here in the desert, as you can imagine. So, but I'm sure whoever was living out there, I don't know, if there's growth happening, then I can only assume that any survivors probably either left or were hit hard. We also know that apparently the castle moves. Hard to pinpoint it within the dark clouds above.
When Godric found it, was it just a random occurrence? He flew up there and just happened to see it?
From what it sounds like.
I've seen a brief what it looks like, if it counts.
Oh. What was that?
No, I say I've seen briefly what it looked like, if it counts for anything.
Well, apparently also, as he was flying over the abandoned city in Aftonbarrow, if you don't know your history, that used to be the Evergrey Empire. She staked home. Apparently, the Evergrey Castle and its old ruins are simply gone.
So she poofed it up into the sky?
Is that her castle?
I think so. You hear... And that's not all you lie about. You see Miles... his mechanical bed slinking in. Oh, hello, old man. Davis. Speaking up. Where have you been? Visiting a friend.
What friend?
I have friends. I meet more people than you. Do you want to learn about my minor social connections, or maybe the more important news? Like how they're now dead falling from the sky.
What?
What?
David almost like goes, Davis goes, starts to do his own wield magic, and you see it orb start to appear, this scrying orb swirling with fey-like golden magic and white. And you view into numerous cities switching until you hit Romery, the closest one to the desert, as you see almost a collection of 12 to 18 bodies hit the floor due to high altitude smacking, breaking apart, and then you see limbs start to.
Okay, so it's my first idea.
And you hear the populace. You don't see them screaming, or you can't hear them because it's only visual. From the ball, they start to get up and start the attack. He switches to other cities, and eventually hitting to Arrowfield, and you see bodies hitting the floor. Miles, there was a small attack fairly recently on Anpern. But to be honest, and looks to you, Rolly, a lot of your citizens are kind of well equipped of fighting. So they were taken care of. I left my robotic assistant to go help as well. We need to do the same for the rest of the continent. We need friends. Anyone to help defend cities, towers, towns. Who can we call on?
I think Vera is just like thinking in the corner. I think she's just going to sit down and meditate for a minute.
So what we're asking is for bodies of people to assist in different areas to assist with the undead army.
You get a sense that Cleedon City, Marigar, Romry, Vrevine, Lawnwood, Arrowfield, and Beta, all cities. Some of them you visited, some of you haven't. So about 7 cities are currently afflicted by dropping of bodies, and by the radius, it seems like it's almost like a circle from the lower half of the domain to the upper half of the kingdom, with the desert being the center.
Can you rename the city one more time?
Cleedon City, Marigar, Romry, Vrevine, Lawnwood, Arrowfield, and Beta.
Wish we had the maps with the actual city names on there.
So I think essentially, I can make a little mark here.
I mean, Marigar is my dad.
I'm like, Marigar, we can have your dad.
Is Duma. Credence is Harvey. Arrowfield, I forget, but I think that's the church.
It's the brother duels.
Beta, I don't freaking remember. And Longwood, I don't remember. I'd have to look.
See, I have to double check the.
Hold on, I gotta go get the kid.
Oh. Ooh, he was sleeping for an hour 45. I can actually get a full markdown in what you have. But yeah, that's what you get, those 7 cities.
I throw out to Richard, I'm all like, what are the chances we can get people out there to assist?
Hi. We have everyone back. We can
Start putting up posts that we could turn any of our bars near these locations that we need bodies to support for help.
We
That's
can
one way.
send people to Glixen Beach, have them meet up at Beta, and then start splitting from there.
Okay.
We can also maybe get some people to Akota, get to Luland and go towards the tunnel, and get to Arrowfield, but that'll take maybe a day, but we can send people. Yeah. This is going to be a rush, but we'll send. Miles. Good. Send the birds. Do we know anyone else?
Hold on, I think Vera's in the corner messaging Uthiel.
I think we might get actual city guards through Vera's connection, as well as people in Maryguard.
Send them to Marigar, send them to Romry.
I also just throw it out, Richard. You think our vampire friend will be willing to do us a favor?
Richard. Belladonna wants nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. We'll scrap that idea.
I'll let you guys know. This is the time, guys, for all your friends to see if you can find anyone you remember who might be able to help.
I can drop word to our chosen friend and see if they'll be willing to help out. I'm pretty sure they'll be for the cause.
You have a chosen friend. Who?
He's a friend. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Technically have 3 chosen friends, but one
That's
went
true, we have 3
poof.
Well, anyone we can message,
We
send
have to
them
go back
now.
to the books and brews anyway, so
1 second. Okay. How many words is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This poor man. He's gonna want a divorce anyway.
So I'll say safely and quickly, Beta can be covered by the Raven's Kiss. Kiss. If you want guards, they can probably get to Cleveland City really quick.
okay.
Hold on.
Marigar obviously has Cyrus is at 6 run.
There's no one running it right now? in
My
America?
mom with a baby.
But she can get people to rally around her, right?
I'd be like, Vera's gonna punch Sap if she's not careful with what she said.
What?
One moment. Don't make me hit anything I don't need to hit. Anyway. I think she's gonna message, and she's, with the exception of Beta, because Raven's Kiss says they can handle that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words that I gotta add. Minus, so 19. I message Uthiel and
Okay.
tell him, I'm so sorry. There's dead falling from the sky. I list out the cities. We need guard wherever we can put them. Be safe. I love you. And end it at that.
He's still on the road right now, but he is like, I will send word as fast as I can to get people to, Cleveland City will be the quickest. Marigar will take a day, but if you have anyone who can get there faster or who might be in the area, send those people too, but I will send word to get people there too.
I sent
So pretty much Cleveland City can be covered right away. Marigar will take a day unless you have someone else.
I'm going to message my dad
Okay.
and tell him what. I'm really sorry to give you bad news, but there is apparently dead armies falling from the sky, and they are in Marigar. You need to get your ass home now.
You get a response back saying that he actually got your older sister back to Marigar, and they're about to head into the Feywild right now.
Thank God.
Oh.
Because
You know
that
what?
was what the original plan was.
No, I sent another message, and I'm just going to tell him, go. I'll figure it out.
Don't?
No, go.
Go? Okay.
I'm going to be selfish. Go.
All right. The Kavad family can be safe in the Feywild. Right now, we're not going to super roleplay everything here, but right now, this is decision-making time.
Yeah. No, Vera's just going to be like,
Left
nope.
So we're just not gonna worry about Marigard, or what city is left?
There's, Deaf Cleric. Isn't she in Marigar, or is she far?
Oh, Death Cleric.
No, she can't hear. I can't think of her name.
Oh,
With the
she's
little
in,
bat.
Oh, no, she's not a...
no,
Yeah, she's not a Death
Oh, yeah,
Cleric.
she's blind. Sorry.
Yeah.
she's not an nomad, so
She...
different island, isn't she?
No.
No, that was our timeline. This
Yeah,
is
okay.
different timeline.
Let me see here. She would be... Let me see if I can find
Caleb's like, I don't even know what
the
happened.
city. I think she might be at Lawnwood.
Oh, well, that will work. Hold on, let me adjust this real quick.
Lawnwood's pretty... undead hitting into a pretty religious town.
What's her name? I can't think of it.
Oh, Nathan R.
Nathan R. Okay. I'm going to burn a message to her. Let her know what's going on. Again, apologize profusely and tell her whoever she can get to help, she needs to get them to help.
You get a response saying that she won't say no to help. However, right now, her and the Palor clergy are currently repelling back as much of the undead as they can. But she will send word to maybe past heroes that she's, worked with in the past. But a bunch of clerics versus some undead is a good chance.
Yeah. I can't think of her name. The one that was our in-between with the queen of,
Raimi?
No. Estifis. There was somebody else that we spoke to and we took jobs for. But she was our in-between. She was like our one saving grace.
I can't think of it, and it's something.
I'm trying to think what you're talking about.
She gave
She
us
was kind of our. She was like our liaison with everything that happened with the domain.
Oh, Ruby Blair.
Yeah. I want
Alright.
to message her.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of contacts.
Let's see here. You send a message to Ruby Blair, you don't get a response back.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so we know that's on our list for people.
I'll think seeing you expend all of these like magical essence, Miles kind of creepily walks up as you're currently like in the corner, like yes, no, yes, sending, and he's like, yeah, drink this, and hands you a vial.
What is it?
Drink it and get rejuvenated.
I wish you didn't say that in the way you did, but okay. So she drinks.
Sure, just take a random drink. Rejuvenation.
You get one spell slot back of your choosing.
Woohoo! I'm gonna put the fourth one back.
It's like a pearl of power, essentially. A little powerful, because again, he's an alchemist. Very deadly one.
She's thinking. More like Amber's trying to remember everybody. The problem is there's a chance that they're not here. Uthiel
That's
has...
the same, like, what cities do we not have coverage for at this point?
So the way we have it is Cleveland City can be done quickly.
Like that.
Beta can be covered by the Raven's
Yeah.
Claw. Raven's Kiss quickly. Marigar will take a day. Revine will take... sorry. Arrowfield will take a day. Also, Lawnwood is being covered by Nathan R. and the Paler Clergy. So you have Romri, Revine... Yeah, Romri and Revine are currently the only ones not fully covered, and Marigar and Arrowfield will take a day. We don't know how long, what damage can be done in a day.
I'm gonna
What
message...
about our shadow friend for Revive?
I want to message Arthur.
Who?
Arthur.
Arthur the Shadow? Yeah.
I'm just gonna message and be like, don't yell at me. But if you want to maintain control of that city, you will send whatever forces you got, because dead are falling from the sky. Thanks to Olivia Blake.
You hear, oh, so that's the one who's fucking doing this, eh? Fine. Then we kill indiscriminately for these undead bastards. Sounds fun. So you get a sense that Revine's being covered by the scorpions.
All right. Who else do we got? Okay, Marigar. There's got to be somebody else there that Vera knows. She lived there.
Do we need to go there? What is another neighboring city?
I don't know. Ask DM.
For which one?
Marigar.
Marigar? Let me go to my maps. What there you are. Next to Marigar is Cleveland City.
Okay, that's already covered.
So send Harvey there?
I have an idea. How much pool does Hannah have for any of the arena fighters? Broly.
DM, that's a good question. I don't know actually.
She's well respected. Like, and the fact that she also trained you and you became such a champion, she's earned way more acolytes and training and like, oh my god, you trained Rolly? Wow. Than ever before. She probably has a good say.
But coming out of Rolly's mouth.
Yeah.
I'll message Hannah and say, what's something Rolly would say? These are my words. These are Rolly's. Get off your ass, bitch. Undead are coming. We need help.
Oh, and also old bag. Don't forget that one.
He says old bag also.
You do not get a response back.
Oh crap.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, dog will hunt.
You got any more of those potions, Miles? There was another person I was thinking of, and that was gonna be it. Was it Hannah?
Oh, cool.
What happened? Is he okay?
We might have to take a quick baby break. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Hey, everyone.
Explain it.
That was a thing. Welcome to,
Costume change and all.
welcome to Parenthood. So, this is the way I have it. Cleedon City can be taken by the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Marigar will take a day for the guards to get there, but they can cover. That means Marigar is going to suffer a day of destruction for that time. However, the Kavad family is going to be safe in the Feywild. Romry, we're still waiting for someone to cover Romry. Revine, the Scorpions are going to come out of hiding and are going to defend their town, because let's be honest, it's their town.
Yeah.
Lawnwood, Nathanar, and the clergy of Paylor is going to do what they can to repel the undead. Arrowfield, it's going to take the Raven's Kiss a day to get there, but much like Marigar, who knows how much damage can be done. And Beta, the Raven's Kiss, can get there as soon as possible.
Okay.
So, the only one not being guarded, whether it's going to take a day or instantly, is Romry.
Do we know anybody?
Last resort, we can go.
Yeah, I guess. I have to know somebody else in Marigar, I'm thinking. But I was also thinking that group that we... the fake us from the
I
mayor
was gonna
thing.
say, like,
Oh.
if there's no one in Maryguard, who's running
They probably closed it down.
bouncing then? No.
I think maybe the shepherds you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I message them? Like, they were on their way back to Marigar to get the money, right?
Yeah.
Messaging them.
Okay.
You know, I messaged the creepy one with the antlers.
Oh, okay. You pull up her
I
name.
forgot her name, but that one.
Don't worry, I pull it up right now. I think. Where did I put it? Here we go. Where did it go? I had it here. So I had the three individuals, a half-elven man, a Leonin, and the Hexblood woman. Oh, what was her name? Oh, it was like Prolot. Something along those lines.
I think I said cross shepherds or something.
Yeah, the Cross Shepherds. I don't know what happened to my notes. Usually they're right next to these introductions, but yeah, it's like she was a trickery cleric.
Okay, well that one.
Okay.
That one I'm going to message her and ask her if they're able to defend Marigar. The Lich we spoke about is having undead armies fall from the sky. Added to the tab.
I was gonna say she responds back going, "Who? Does this count as our arrangement? Does this count as services for your little lich problem?"
She wants to know if it counts as services.
Since you said services, it's a service of the services.
Hold on, I have to switch my headphones. Mine are running out of battery for once.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Amber's working with the wireless headphones. Fancy schmancy.
I just don't know if it automatically switches.
We'll have to see. So you actually spent another spell slot asking that question?
No, I'm not asking the question. I'm asking like the group if we want to.
Yeah, and then you have to respond back to
Yeah,
her.
I know.
Sorry, it's just me.
Since it's a service of the services, sure.
I think you might have to mess with it,
I
Mike.
have to mess with it?
Yeah.
Okay. To keep this conversation at least fluid, well, I that's a simple setup I could just do right now. To confirm, they will agree to that it is part of the service. That
Part, but not all. That's
Not
why I
part,
said
but not
add it to the tab. That's what I said when I ended my message was add it to the tab.
There we go. Don't worry, we don't need to stop anything. We got this. Someone say something. Can you hear her?
Can we hear her?
No, I can hear them.
Okay, good.
There we go.
What?
Okay, here we go.
Really showing that 85-year age.
So instead of waiting for a day for the guards to get to Marigar, you can send the cross shepherds.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So
Okay.
we'll say cross shepherds have Marigar.
I'm trying to remember who the hell we remember in Romery. I know it sounds really
Probably
familiar.
on the map, like physically, like visually.
Let's spend that
I
one.
think Danny was in Romery.
Oh, sure, she's freaking loves us.
She's probably at home right now just dealing with this crap, though.
Hmm.
Can you remind me what arc that was? Like in the beginning?
That was back before when you guys had to go into the desert to look for.
Oh, that person.
Yeah, the one that really does not get the line.
I mean, they like money. We can offer money. Rolly's shaking his head no.
Yeah, she kind of.
I mean, here's how I see it. They can either help us with this and live to charge another day, or they can not help us and then just die. Just saying.
Yeah. I'll say this much is that Romery was Danny's home, so you get a sense that if anyone's there defending the town, she would be. But that's one person versus a lot of undead.
Hmm.
And there's probably guards too, but it's undead, and these are from a lich, so it's a little bit more out of their range.
Well, it's fight and die or stay still and die.
Yeah, but we should still figure out like a more stronger suit. I'm trying to think of like crowd of people we could send that way.
Werewolf Uncle.
The what?
Werewolf
What?
Uncle.
The werewolf?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can send the Horizon Watchers.
See.
Are they nearby to get there quickly?
They're not, but
Who are they closest to?
I will say they're not close to it. But the whole point of him saying he can get there quickly is because they do have shamans within their group.
All right, I'll take it.
They have essentially teleport via plants, and
Right.
they could probably get to Romney quickly.
All right.
All right, I'll take it.
So you
I'm
send
gonna
spell
have
slot.
to freaking rest, man. Yeah. I forgot his name. I just cast it too.
They're indebted to you.
This is what happens when we do good deeds.
Mhm.
It's right here somewhere.
So this is what I have marked down.
Penelope. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ka, yeah, Uncle Ka. There is a battalion of guards quickly going to Clayton City. The cross shepherds are going to defend Marigar. Romery is going to have Uncle Ka and some Horizon Watchers defend the town with a little bit of their shaman teleportation.
Cledence's guards. Longwood's Mathanar.
Oh yeah, hold on. Vrivine, the Scorpions are coming out of hiding to openly defend the town. Lawnwood has Nathan R. and the Clergy. Beta has the Raven's Kiss. Arrowfield is the last one that isn't going to have immediate coverage.
I thought Arrowfield was Harvey, but Harvey lives in Cleveland City, right?
Harvey lives in...
I don't remember. I thought it was
He
Cledence.
lives in Arkling, which is close to Isenby. So, no, he doesn't live in Cleveland City. But he is more than likely training in Cleveland City, so he's probably helping out the guards fight.
Arrowfield. I get confused between Arrowfield.
Arrowfield
and
is where
Afton Barrow.
Arrowfield is in the domain. It's next to Six Run, and it's near the mount. So actually, I point in the
I feel like we spent a bunch of time there, but
You
I
did.
don't.
Wait.
I don't
Oh my God,
remember
what's his name?
who's there.
What is the main clansman of the Tabaxis?
Oh, Atlas.
I
Do
don't
you
think.
think if we get Atlas to set the Tabaxis that way?
Has Vera ever met Atlas?
You never met Atlas.
Right. We've never met Atlas. But you met his daughter.
You have met his daughter.
Oh yeah. What's her name? I forgot.
I'm trying to remember her name right now.
Circus.
I'm pulling out this thing
Yeah,
now.
you're part of the circus.
Her. Point is her.
Sure. Yeah, her.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm going to tell her that if she can get
Jency.
Jency.
Jency. There you go.
Oh. Bye-bye, spell slot.
Tell her to get her dad to rally as many Tabaxis to Arrowfield as possible because undead army.
Her falling from the sky. That.
All right. I think safe to say, and Jency is there.
I think we got everybody
she'll pass
covered.
I think you covered everything. That. Hey man, I'm just saying you had to make friends, and the fact that you guys did, boy, it could have been bad if you did any of type of this. It could have been bad.
Also helps that I have sending, but now I'm kind of tapped.
I mean, but now we tapped you out, so we will be laying low here tonight.
Yes. Please.
I mean, we still can just go back to the books and brew because we have to check on Mary. So.
Oh yeah. That I can do. Yeah. I don't want to leave her there. God knows, some old woman with a bunch of people falling dead from the sky. Jesus Christ. I think that's as many fires as we could put out.
It's pretty much, I think that covers our bases. Is there anything else you'd like to add to this falling city, this bodies out of the sky, Miles?
That was the more pressing matter. I think we're going to look up some ideas to get past the barrier.
Oh. Well,
Yes,
I could
Castle.
let
Back to
me
castle.
let me relay the scry. I tried scrying on Gina Lee. I don't remember if you guys remember Gina Lee. It's been a very long day. Anyway, Rolly's girlfriend. She has a collar with runes on it, and she's strapped in. I think she just captured a bunch of these people, but I don't know what the collar does. I think.
Can you rewrite the symbols?
Yeah, I thought I
'cause
rewrote it for
none of-
staff.
It's giant, but none of us speak
So
giant.
we already kind of went through this process at the beach,
Oh.
and we relayed that essentially it's stopping her from talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we already covered that.
I don't know if they all have them. It's a big blue bubble, and that's kind of all I got.
Godrix has provided much of a detailed description of the bubble. We're looking into it.
Bigger also problem, probably as big as her. She wants to wake up something called the Dreamer and knows where he is.
I think Miles is the only one to go.
I
Yeah, I figured you know.
remember
Yeah,
back in the day we captured one of those flock members of the Dreamer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what did the flock member tell you?
Some rogue member. Don't know what they were doing away. But the Queen handled him.
Well, they wrote their name in some repository, burned a bunch of it down, killed a bunch of people as to what they do, and took the file or paper that has his location. And theoretically, if you wake him up, reality stops, but that's what she wants to do.
I mean, it's a theory, but it's a theory that we don't necessarily want tested.
Especially if he is existing. I don't want her to poke the bear that
Fair-
controls reality.
Fair point. All right, well.
Kind of looks to Richard. We'll have a select group of archivists from the membership to go look into that.
Apparently, when he dreams, there's like a book that is just continuously writing. She knows how to reach through it. I don't know if that's a thing.
I mean, it's not apparent. There is a book that it continuously has writings in it. Don't ask us how we figured that out. But she was able to reach through it and attack us. And yeah, that was fun.
Well, I don't know how we can help in that aspect.
It's just more of like an FYI, I think.
Okay, well, I appreciate the...
Apparently, when she did all the dreamer stuff, that's when she went cuckoo bananas because I guess she's seen him or something, and heard him whispering about secrets, and that's why she's a loony now.
You see I mean, Richard, who technically wasn't there, but his predecessor was. I think you both see Miles and Davis being the only ones who lived back then go kind of like, it starts to click like, oh, okay. So that's why this woman went crazy. But yeah, I mean, other than sharing information, there's not much they can do at the moment.
No, it's just so they're in the loop.
Yeah. So right now, Richard, Miles, and Davis are going to. They have the description of the bubble that surrounds the Flit Castle. Godric is currently trying to look for the current location and keep pace with it. And these three are going to try to find a way to break through this abjuration bubble.
I'm going to assume we have no way of knowing how it moves. It just moves.
You actually were informed by Miles a long time ago that there were float rocks that could be mined in the way north of the domain that have like this light root, like levitation property. And so that was, remember, he was the one who helped build this construction of the concept of a Flit Castle. Yeah, he came out and clean saying, yeah, this is probably my design. So more likely you can get a sense that she had some of those rocks or construction and put it into her castle.
Does that mean we can track it?
Not necessarily. They don't really leave any essence. They just have a property.
I probably a definite no, but it's like locate object probably would definitely not work if we know the property of it.
You would get a sense that locate object has like 1,000-foot radius. So yeah, you'd have to make it's a big sky. Miles. What are you doing?
She's like, wait.
What are you doing?
If it doesn't succeed.
Oh, you're trying to do intervention? All right, 18 or lower.
No.
No.
20.
No.
20. Oh, no. 2 off.
I could try tomorrow. Doesn't affect me
Okay,
if
I
it
think
doesn't
we
work.
burned you out of spells anyways, Vera, so...
Well, divine
there you go.
intervention's an action,
Yeah.
but...
Well, I think honestly we've kind of hit our end here, so we're gonna end it here as you guys decide on what you're gonna do. You guys are currently finding all your options. I'm assuming the next one is to go to Alrak,
Yeah.
check on Mary, as well as maybe I would assume Igno's tower.
Yeah, because we remember, see what damage they might have done there, because we have things there we don't want, the Lich to get.
Yeah. So until then, we'll check you guys next time. Bye.